There are no coincidences in this life. If you are here, it is because you were meant to hear this message. You may have felt different your entire life, like you never quite fit in, like the world around you was moving in one direction while something deep within you pulled you toward another. That feeling wasn't random. It was a sign, proof that you are one of the chosen ones. From the moment you were born, the world tried to mold you into something you were never meant to be. Society placed expectations on you, told you what to believe, how to act, and who to become. But something inside you resisted. You couldn't shake the feeling that you were made for something more. Something beyond the ordinary. You weren't meant to blend in, to follow the crowd, or to live a life of quiet conformity. No, you were set apart, chosen for a divine purpose, and the forces of this world have worked tirelessly to keep you from realizing it. For too long, the truth about who you are has been hidden from you. But the time of unknowing is over. Today, the veil is being lifted. Today, you will hear what was meant for you all along. The divine secrets that have been waiting to be revealed at the right moment. And that moment is now. The journey of a chosen one is not easy. You have been tested in ways that others could never understand. You have faced trials that felt unbearable, betrayals that cut deep, and seasons of loneliness where you questioned if you were truly alone in this world. But I am here to tell you that everything you have endured was not in vain. You were never abandoned. You were being refined. Every hardship was designed to make you stronger, to prepare you for the role you were always meant to step into. There's a reason you have felt different. There's a reason your soul has always longed for something deeper, something real, something beyond the surface. That longing was not just a desire, it was a calling. And now, you stand at the threshold of revelation. The divine secrets that have been hidden from you are about to come to light. And once you hear them, you will never see yourself the same way again. You will understand why your path has been so difficult. You will understand why certain people were removed from your life. You will understand why you have always been set apart. This is the moment you have been waiting for. What you are about to receive will awaken something deep within your spirit. It will confirm what you have always felt but never fully understood. Stay with me until the end, because today you will step into the truth of who you are, and nothing will ever be the same again. From the moment you entered this world, you were different, not because of anything external, but because of something deeply rooted in your spirit. Something powerful, something divine. You were marked by God before you even took your first breath. And though you may not have fully understood it, deep down, you always knew there was something about you that didn't quite blend in with the rest of the world. You weren't meant to. You've likely felt it since childhood, the feeling of being set apart. You saw the world differently. You sensed things that others didn't. While others were content to follow the crowd, you had a voice inside you telling you to walk a different path. And because of this, life has never been easy. The moment you were chosen, opposition began. Forces beyond your understanding tried to silence you, suppress your gifts, and convince you that you were unworthy of your calling. But despite it all, you're still here. And that, in itself, is proof of who you are. Look back on your life. Think about the moments where you should have given up, where the weight of the world felt unbearable. Yet, somehow, you made it through. You faced trials that would have broken others. And still, you rose. You walked through storms that should have destroyed you. Yet you emerged stronger. That is not by accident. That is by divine design. You were never meant to live an ordinary life because your purpose is extraordinary. And every battle you have fought has been preparing you for this exact moment. Have you ever wondered why certain doors shut in your face while others around you seem to succeed effortlessly? Why you were denied opportunities, relationships, or paths that seemed perfect. Why? No matter how hard you tried to fit in, something inside you resisted. It is because you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. You were meant to walk a road less traveled, one carved out specifically for you. What felt like rejection was actually protection. What seemed like a delay was divine timing. What appeared to be failure was God redirecting you toward something greater. It's time to recognize that you were never being punished. You were being prepared. Think about the trials you faced. They weren't meant to destroy you, they were meant to refine you. Gold is purified through fire. Diamonds are formed under immense pressure. Warriors are made in battle, not in comfort. You were placed in the fire because God knew you could withstand it. You endured the pressure because something precious was being formed within you. And you fought battles that most people will never understand because you were chosen for a purpose that most people will never experience. The truth is, you are not like everyone else. And that is why life has tested you in ways that others could never comprehend. The enemy has tried to break you, to confuse you, to make you question your worth. But no matter how many times you stumbled, no matter how many times you doubted yourself, no matter how many times you felt lost, you never stopped moving forward. And that alone is proof of your divine strength. But now, it is time for you to wake up to the truth. The trials were never about breaking you, they were about preparing you. The rejection was never about your worth, it was about your protection. And the struggles were never about punishing you. They were about shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. You are standing at the threshold of something greater than you have ever imagined. The divine secrets that have been hidden from you are about to be revealed. But before you step into your destiny, you must let go of everything that has been holding you back. The doubts, the fears, the past. You must open your heart and silence the voices that have tried to convince you that you are anything less than chosen. Because what comes next will change everything. Are you ready? Because the time has come. If you are here, listening to these words, it is not by accident. Something deep within your spirit has been searching for confirmation, for understanding, for truth, and now you are about to receive what has been hidden from you for so long. Since the beginning of time, the chosen ones have walked a path unlike any other, a path filled with trials, with opposition, and with moments of deep isolation. Why? Because you were never meant to be like the rest. You were set apart for a greater purpose, and the world has tried to keep you from realizing it. The system was designed to keep you distracted, to make you doubt yourself, to convince you that you are powerless. But the truth is, you were never powerless. You were never ordinary. You see, the chosen ones carry something within them that most people do not. An inner light, a divine frequency, an unshakable connection to God's wisdom. This is why you have always been different. This is why you have always felt things more deeply, seen things others could not, and experienced a calling you could never quite explain. The world tried to convince you that this was a weakness, but in reality, it has always been your greatest strength. Look at your life. Look at the battles you have faced. There's a reason why you have endured struggles that others have not. There's a reason why you have felt alone in rooms full of people. There's a reason why no matter how much you have tried to walk the same path as others, something within you always resisted. It is because your spirit was never meant to follow the crowd. Your spirit was designed to lead, but the world does not want leaders. It does not want free thinkers. It does not want those who operate on a higher frequency, those who see beyond the illusions. That is why so many of you have faced resistance at every turn. That is why people have underestimated you, doubted you, and even turned against you. Not because you were wrong, but because your presence alone is a disruption to the system they have built. Think about it. Why do certain people suddenly distance themselves from you when you step into your power? Why do challenges arise the moment you decide to pursue your purpose? Why does it seem like every time you are close to a breakthrough, something tries to pull you back down? It is because the moment you recognize your true identity, the moment you start to break free from the programming, you become a threat. But here's what they never wanted you to realize. You were never meant to live in fear. You were never meant to play small. You were never meant to stay silent. Everything that has been hidden from you, your true power, your divine authority, your spiritual gifts, is now being revealed. And once you see the truth, you can never go back. The trials you have faced were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to awaken you, to remind you of who you truly are, to prepare you for what is coming next. And now, as you stand on the edge of this revelation, you must make a choice. Will you continue to let the world dictate your path? Or will you step into the truth of your divine calling? Because once you embrace who you were always meant to be, nothing and no one can stop you. The secrets they tried to keep from you are now in your hands. And the power they never wanted you to have, it has been yours all along. For so long, you have questioned yourself. You have felt different, out of place, as if you were walking through a world that does not quite understand you. And the truth is, it never did. You were not meant to blend in. You were not meant to fit into the system that was built to suppress your light. You were meant to rise, to lead, to walk in a power that few can comprehend. But here is the secret they never wanted you to know. You have been powerful all along. The world conditioned you to believe that power comes from status, wealth, or control, but real power, divine power, comes from within. It is not something that can be bought, manipulated, or taken away. It is something that was placed inside of you before you even entered this world. It is the authority that comes from divine favor, the strength that is built through endurance, the wisdom that is forged through every trial and tribulation. Every time you faced rejection, every time you were misunderstood, every time you stood alone, those were not punishments. Those were initiations. You were being prepared for something greater. Because the chosen ones are not made in comfort. They are made in fire. Think back on your life. The signs have always been there. The way you could sense things before they happened. The way people were drawn to you, seeking guidance, wisdom, or simply your presence. The way you could walk into a room and feel the energy shift. That was not coincidence. That was not random. That was your divine essence making itself known. But the world tried to convince you otherwise. It told you that you were too sensitive, too intense, too much. It tried to dull your shine, to make you question your own worth, to keep you from stepping into your full power. Because the moment you do, you become unstoppable. The moment you recognize who you truly are, the illusions crumble, and that terrifies those who benefit from keeping you in the dark. This is why your journey has been filled with obstacles. This is why you have been attacked, doubted, and even betrayed. Not because you were weak, but because you were strong. Not because you were lost, but because you were chosen. The enemy does not fight those who are not a threat. And you, my friend, have always been a force to be reckoned with. Now, the time has come for you to see yourself clearly, to step out of the shadows of doubt and into the brilliance of your true nature. To stop playing small, stop seeking approval, stop waiting for the world to validate what has already been divinely ordained. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were never meant to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You were never meant to hide your gifts, your vision, your calling. You were meant to lead, to shine, to be a living testament to the power and purpose that comes with being chosen. So what will you do now? Will you continue to question what has already been revealed to you? Will you keep allowing fear to hold you back? Or will you rise? Will you walk boldly in the authority that has been given to you? Because the truth is, Your power has never been about what the world thinks of you. It has always been about what was placed inside of you before you even took your first breath. And once you embrace it fully, unapologetically, fearlessly, nothing and no one will be able to stop you. This is your moment. The time for hesitation is over. The time for doubting yourself is over. The time for waiting is over. Step into your divine authority, because the world is waiting for you to shine. If you are one of the chosen ones, then you have walked a path unlike any other. Your life has been marked by struggle, isolation, and challenges that most people would not understand. At times, you may have even questioned why everything seems so much harder for you. Why does it feel like no matter how much you give, how much you love, or how much you try to do the right thing, you are met with opposition? But here is the truth: they saw your power before you did. The difficulties you have faced were not random. They were not accidents. They were not because you were unworthy. In fact, it was the opposite. You were always meant for something greater. And the forces that thrive on darkness have been trying to keep you from realizing it. Look back at your life. Think about the moments when you were close to a breakthrough. When you were about to step into something new, something powerful. Suddenly, out of nowhere, everything started to fall apart. You lost friendships. You were betrayed. You were misunderstood, attacked, or left feeling completely alone. This is not by coincidence. This is the hidden battle that chosen ones must endure. When you carry divine light within you, you become a threat, not to regular people, but to the unseen forces that operate in this world. These forces do not want you to wake up. They do not want you to recognize your power. They do not want you to step fully into your destiny, because the moment you do, you break free from their control. This is why certain people have tried to bring you down. It is why you have been surrounded by jealousy, by negativity, by individuals who pretended to support you but secretly wanted to see you fail. You have been tested over and over again, not because you were weak, but because you were strong enough to handle it. A diamond does not become valuable without intense pressure. Gold is not purified without fire, and chosen ones are not activated without trials. The world has tried to break you, but it has only made you stronger. It has tried to silence you, but your voice has only become louder. And now, you are beginning to see the truth that everything you have endured was shaping you, refining you, preparing you. But here is the good news: the trials were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to awaken you. They were meant to remind you of who you really are. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are a warrior. You are a light bearer. You are someone whose presence shifts atmospheres, whose energy cannot be ignored, whose purpose is far greater than what this world tried to convince you of. And now, it is time to let go of the pain that was meant to shape you, but not define you. Time to release the people who were never meant to walk this path with you. Time to rise above the distractions, the doubts, the fears, and step fully into the calling that has always been yours. Because the battle has already been won. The victory is already yours, and the world is about to witness exactly why you were chosen. Everything you have experienced, every trial, every moment of doubt, every painful setback, it was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. The world may have tried to convince you otherwise, but deep down, you have always known the truth. You are one of the chosen ones. And now, as you stand on the edge of a new chapter, you must remember this: the time for questioning your worth is over. The time for seeking validation from those who cannot see your light is over. The time for doubting your destiny is over. You were set apart for a reason. You were called to a higher purpose. Everything you have endured has been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for this very moment. Now, it is your turn to step into your divine power. No more fear, no more hesitation, no more shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. This is the season where you rise. This is the moment where you claim what has always been yours. The world may not have understood you, but that does not matter. The people who tried to hold you back, the forces that tried to silence you, they were never stronger than the calling on your life. They never had the final say. And now, it is time to move forward, not with fear, but with faith, not with hesitation, but with certainty, because what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. So, if you are ready, if you feel this message speaking directly to your spirit, then step into it, embrace it, own it, and before you go, if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Share your experience, your thoughts, your testimony. Hit that like button if you are ready to claim your divine victory. And don't forget to subscribe, because this journey is only just beginning. Your breakthrough is here. Your time is now, and the world is about to witness exactly why you were chosen. Have you ever felt like something deep inside of you is changing? Like the person you used to be no longer fits into the life you once lived? You sense it, don't you? A shift is happening. An awakening is unfolding within you, and it is not by accident. You were chosen. You were set apart before time even began. And now, the moment you have been preparing for is finally here. But here's the truth: before a king is crowned, he must first be tested. Before God elevates his chosen ones, he refines them. The battles, the struggles, the moments of isolation you thought they were setbacks, but they were actually divine preparation. God has been shaping you in the fire, stripping away every weakness, breaking every chain, and strengthening your spirit for what is coming next. Because a king cannot lead if he has not learned to endure. And now, here you stand. The anointing is already on you. The shift is already happening. The crown has already been placed upon your spirit, even if the world doesn't see it yet. But here's the thing: a king does not beg to be recognized. A king simply walks in his power. The moment you recognize what is inside of you, the moment you stop looking for outside validation, is the moment everything in your life will change. You are not meant to live in the shadows. You are not meant to stay hidden. You are meant to rise. The divine appointment that has been written for you is unfolding now. The doors that were once closed are about to open. And the moment you fully embrace the truth of who you are, nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to stop you. So I ask you today, are you ready to step into your divine kingship? Because if you've been experiencing the signs I'm about to reveal, know this: God has already crowned you. The spiritual realm already knows who you are. The only question left is, do you? Every king must be tested before he can wear the crown. You didn't just wake up one day and step into divine authority. You had to go through the fire first. And that fire, it was relentless. It came in the form of betrayals, losses, isolation, and moments of despair that felt like they would never end. But here's the truth: God was never punishing you. He was preparing you. Think back to the moments that shaped you the most. The people who walked away, the doors that slammed shut, the seasons of struggle where you felt like you had nothing left to give. These were not coincidences. They were the hands of the divine, refining you for something greater. Just like a sword must be forged in fire before it can be wielded in battle, you had to be tested, purified, and strengthened before you could step into the role you were destined to fulfill. Look at the great figures in history: Moses, David, Joseph, Job. Every single one of them was called. But before they could lead, before they could step into their divine destiny, they were thrown into seasons of trials that tested their faith, their endurance, and their spirit. Joseph was shown a vision of his future, but before he could step into it, He was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison. Yet he never lost faith. David was anointed as king, but he spent years running from Saul, hiding in caves, and facing battle after battle before he could sit on the throne. Job was tested beyond human limits. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, his family, but in the end, because he held on, God restored him and blessed him even greater than before. The same is happening to you. The enemy saw your potential before you did. That's why you were attacked so hard. The storms in your life weren't random. They were designed to break you, to make you doubt your calling, to make you believe that you were ordinary. But deep down, you always knew you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to walk the same path as everyone else. And that's why your path has been so different, so much harder, because kings are not made in comfort. They are forged in struggle, while others lived without deep battles. You were forced to walk through fire, while others moved forward with ease. You faced constant resistance, but what you didn't realize then is that every battle, every rejection, every painful experience was shaping you into someone who could carry the weight of divine responsibility. A king must be strong. A king must be wise. A king must be fearless. You weren't going through these trials for nothing. You were being molded into the ruler you were always meant to be. Every setback was a setup for your breakthrough. Every loss was an invitation to rise higher. Now, you stand on the other side of the fire. You have survived what was meant to destroy you. You have been crowned in the Spirit. And soon, the world will see it too. But here's the key: you must start seeing yourself the way God sees you. The world may still see the old version of you, but in the spiritual realm, you are already walking in your divine authority. This is your moment to claim it, to step into your purpose, to walk with the confidence of someone who knows they were chosen. The trials are over. The crown is yours. The only question left is, are you ready to wear it? Many people are waiting for a grand moment, a loud announcement, a ceremony, a visible sign to confirm that they have been chosen, that they have been elevated. But God doesn't work like that. When He crowns His chosen ones, He does it in the Spirit first before it manifests in the physical. And that means the signs are already there, if you have the eyes to see them. So how do you know if God has already crowned you? How do you recognize that you are walking in your divine kingship? The signs are subtle, yet powerful, and once you understand them, you will never doubt your calling again. 1. The shift in your spirit. You no longer think like the world. One of the first and clearest signs that you have been crowned is that you no longer resonate with the mindset of the world. You start to see things from a higher perspective. Things that once mattered to you: seeking approval, fitting in, chasing material success just for status, they no longer hold the same power over you. Instead, you feel a deep calling to operate in wisdom, truth, and purpose. You see through the illusions, the lies, the distractions that keep most people trapped. Where others see problems, you see divine lessons. Where others see chaos, you see God's hand at work. You no longer react with fear or anger. You move with patience, clarity, and discernment. And this shift in your spirit, it didn't just happen. It was the result of your transformation. God has placed a royal mindset within you because He is preparing you to lead, to guide, and to carry out your divine mission. 2. People start treating you differently. Some celebrate, others turn against you. Another undeniable sign that you have been crowned is that the way people react to you starts to change. Some will recognize your light and be drawn to you. They will come seeking wisdom, guidance, and leadership because, in their spirit, they can sense that you are no longer the same. But on the other side, there will be those who can't stand to see you rise. People who once supported you will suddenly become distant. Friends, family members, even those you trusted may start to turn against you, criticize you, or doubt your transformation. Why? Because when God elevates you, He exposes those who were never truly for you. Some people were comfortable when you were struggling, when you were doubting yourself. But the moment you start walking in power, in clarity, in divine confidence, it triggers them. Remember this, not everyone can go where God is taking you. When you are crowned, you step into a higher dimension. And that means some people will naturally fall away. Don't chase after them. Let them go. The ones meant to walk with you will recognize your kingship and support your journey. 3. You begin to attract unusual resistance and attacks. Perhaps one of the most shocking signs that you have been crowned is the sudden increase in opposition. The moment you step into your divine role, the enemy recognizes you as a threat. Random setbacks appear out of nowhere. Opportunities you expected suddenly vanish. People start spreading false rumors or trying to undermine you. Your energy feels drained, as if you are constantly fighting unseen battles. But here's what you must understand: this is confirmation, not discouragement. The enemy does not waste time attacking those who are powerless. He only goes after those who carry divine authority. The stronger the resistance, the bigger the calling. And what does this mean for you? It means you must stand firm. Do not let temporary obstacles make you question your destiny. A king does not run from battle, he faces it head-on, knowing he has already won. 4. Your gifts are being activated. You operate with divine wisdom and strength as you step into your kingship. You will notice that things come more naturally to you. Your intuition sharpens. You begin to move with divine wisdom, seeing solutions where others see problems. Your spiritual gifts become stronger, whether it's discernment, healing, leadership, or the ability to speak life into others. This is because God equips those He appoints. He will never crown you and then leave you without the tools to fulfill your purpose. The anointing you carry is real, and it will manifest in ways you never imagined. You will start to speak with power, and people will listen. You will make decisions with clarity, and they will lead to breakthroughs. You will carry an energy that shifts the atmosphere wherever you go. This is not arrogance, it is the natural result of walking in your divine identity. The more you embrace it, the more unstoppable you become. The moment of realization, at some point, everything will click. You will look back at all the trials, the betrayals, the moments you almost gave up, and you will realize it was all preparation. God had to take you through the fire because what He is giving you is not ordinary. You are not just another person, you are a ruler in the Spirit, a leader, a divine warrior placed on this earth for a reason. And now is the time to claim it, to walk in it, to stop shrinking, stop doubting, and fully embrace the truth of who you are. You are crowned, you are chosen, and the world is about to see exactly what that means. The question is, are you ready to walk in it? Now that you understand the signs of your divine crowning, the next step is owning it. Too many chosen ones spend years knowing their calling, but not fully stepping into it. They wait for more confirmation, for the perfect moment, for everything to feel safe. But true kings do not wait for permission to reign. The moment you recognize that God has crowned you, you must start walking in that authority. And that means making powerful shifts in your mindset, your actions, and your presence in the world. 1. Stop seeking validation. Your approval comes from God. One of the biggest traps that hold chosen ones back is waiting for others to acknowledge their royalty. You want your family to see it, your friends to respect it, your old circles to honor it. But here's the truth, many of them never will. Jesus Himself said, "A prophet is not without honor except in his own town, among his relatives, and in his own home." Mark 6-4. That means stop looking for confirmation from those who are blind to your calling. If they couldn't see your worth before, they won't see it now. And that's okay, because God did not crown you for their approval, He crowned you for His purpose. A king does not ask the crowd, "Do you think I should rule today?" He knows his authority. and He operates from it whether people recognize it or not. So today, make a decision. Stop waiting. Stop explaining. Stop seeking permission. Your crown is already on your head now. Wear it boldly. 2. Move with confidence. You are a walking testament of divine power once you embrace your kingship. Everything about you changes. You move differently. You speak differently. You carry an energy that commands respect. This is not arrogance, it is divine confidence. The world has conditioned you to think that humility means shrinking, dimming your light, or downplaying your greatness. But true humility is simply acknowledging the source of your power. It's knowing that every blessing, every gift, every ounce of wisdom comes from God, not from you. And because of that, you walk with unshakable confidence. When you enter a room, you shift the atmosphere. When you speak, people listen. When you move, doors open. This is not by accident. It is divine orchestration. The presence of God on your life is undeniable. And the more you own it, the stronger it becomes. 3. Prepare for greater responsibility. A king has duties, not just titles. Too many chosen ones want the crown without the responsibility. But with kingship comes great duty. You are now a leader. Whether you like it or not, you are now an example. Even when no one is watching, you are now a protector, standing in the gap for those under your influence. This means you must rise to a new standard. You can no longer live as you once did. The distractions, the old habits, the small-minded thinking, it must go. Because a king cannot afford to be careless, weak, or double-minded. As Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. God is now calling you to operate in wisdom, discernment, and strategic action. Your choices no longer just affect you, they affect the people assigned to your leadership. And that means you must think, move, and act with great responsibility. 4. Walk in power. Your voice, your presence, your purpose will shake the earth. The final step in stepping into your divine kingship is fully embracing your power. Too many chosen ones have settled for being passive, waiting for things to happen instead of taking dominion. But a king is called to rule, to establish, to decree. This means use your voice, speak truth, even when it is uncomfortable. Declare blessings, speak life over yourself and others, and refuse to let negativity shape your reality. Take action. Stop procrastinating on your calling. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Move boldly in the direction of your purpose, knowing that God has already made a way. Set boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. A king does not entertain every distraction. He focuses on his kingdom. Stay in alignment with God. Never let the crown make you forget who placed it on your head. Stay humble, stay prayerful, and stay connected to your divine source. The time to rise is now. There is no more waiting, no more doubting. The moment of realization has come. You have been crowned, and now it is time to reign. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were never meant to struggle, to beg for validation, to live in fear. You were meant to rule, to establish, to lead. So stand tall, walk boldly, embrace the power that has always been yours. The world is about to witness what happens when a chosen one steps fully into their divine authority, and nothing will ever be the same again. Chosen one, this is your moment of revelation. Everything you have been through, the trials, the rejection, the isolation, has been leading you to this exact point. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were always destined to reign. The battles, the betrayals, the deep wounds you've endured were not signs of your defeat. They were the refining fire shaping you into the ruler you were always meant to be. But now, the choice is yours. Will you continue to doubt your power, shrink in fear, and seek approval from those who cannot see your worth? Or will you step boldly into your divine authority, own your crown, and walk in the purpose God has designed for you? This world has tried to strip you of your identity, make you question your own worth, and silence your voice. But the truth is unshakable. God has already chosen you. No force, no enemy, no trial can take away what was divinely ordained. Kings do not wait for permission. They do not explain their purpose to those who refuse to understand. They do not seek validation from those who are blind to their light. Instead, they rise, they lead, they rule. The moment you embrace your divine identity, the chains of limitation will break. The lies that have held you back will dissolve, and you will finally walk with the confidence and power you were always meant to carry. But understand this: your crown comes with responsibility. The world needs your light, your wisdom, your strength. You are here to lead, to heal, to guide. Your presence is not an accident, it is a divine appointment. And now, the heavens are watching, waiting to see if you will fully step into your role. You are not just someone chosen, you are someone anointed. God has already placed the crown upon your head. It has always been yours. Now, the time has come for you to wear it with confidence, to move with power, and to embrace the destiny that has been waiting for you all along. Rise, chosen one, your kingdom awaits. He who has ears, let him hear. Matthew 11:15. If you are hearing this message right now, it is not by accident. You were meant to hear this. This is a divine warning, a final call to those who have been chosen but have not yet fully stepped into their purpose. Time is running out. The window to align with God's will is closing, and if you ignore this, the consequences will be greater than ever before. You have likely been feeling it deep in your spirit. A shift, a shaking, an urgency that you can't quite explain. You look around, and the world feels different. Something is happening, but most people are too distracted to see it. The spiritual battle that has been hidden for so long is now manifesting in ways that cannot be ignored. And those who are not spiritually prepared will be swept away by the deception, confusion, and chaos that is coming. This message is not to bring fear, but to bring clarity. God has been calling His chosen ones into position. He has been giving you signs, sending you confirmations, removing people from your life, closing doors that were never meant for you. He has been speaking, but have you been listening? Some of you have been feeling lost, isolated, or frustrated. That is not a punishment, it is preparation. God is setting you apart because He needs you awake, alert, and ready. The distractions, the toxic relationships, the old habits, they cannot come with you where you are going. This is why everything has been shifting so rapidly. God is clearing the path for you, but you must have the courage to walk it. This is the final warning. You cannot afford to delay anymore. The time to step into your calling is now. The enemy wants you confused, tired, and doubtful because he knows what will happen when you fully align with your divine purpose. He knows that once you wake up, you will be unstoppable. Many will hear this message and ignore it. They will think they have more time. They will continue living as if nothing is happening. Do not be one of them. You have been chosen for a reason. And the fact that you are here right now is proof that God is speaking to you. Listen carefully. What you do next will determine everything. Will you wake up and move in alignment? Or will you allow yourself to be pulled back into the distractions, the illusions, and the comforts that are designed to keep you asleep? The choice is yours. But understand this: there are no more delays. There are no more second chances. This is it. The prophetic signs, what's happening right now. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness so that this day should surprise you like a thief. 1 Thessalonians 5:4. If you have been paying attention, you know that something is shifting. You can feel it deep in your spirit. The world is not the same as it was even a year ago. The atmosphere is heavy. The spiritual tension is rising. The enemy is working overtime to deceive, distract, and destroy. But at the same time, God is moving. He is shaking the foundations, exposing lies, and positioning His chosen ones for what is coming. Everything that has been hidden is being revealed. Truth is coming to light, and those who have ears to hear and eyes to see will recognize the signs. But many will ignore them. Many will continue as if nothing is happening, blinded by distractions, false comforts, and spiritual complacency. Look around you. The systems of this world are crumbling. The financial markets are unstable. Governments are in turmoil. Morality is being twisted. What was once considered evil is now being celebrated. And what was once holy is now mocked. This is not a coincidence. This is prophecy unfolding right before our eyes. The deception is stronger than ever. False leaders, false prophets, and false narratives are rising, keeping people confused and enslaved to lies. Social media, entertainment, and mainstream influences are programming the masses into submission. People are being spiritually sedated. They are being conditioned to accept darkness as light. And many are falling right into the trap. But the chosen ones, you are being called to wake up, to see beyond the illusion, to recognize the signs that God is revealing. The spiritual war is no longer just hidden in the unseen realm. It is manifesting in the physical world. You see it in the sudden betrayals, in the unexpected losses, in the drastic changes that have been happening in your life. Nothing is random. The people who turned against you, the doors that closed, the storms that hit you, God allowed it because He is repositioning you. The distractions are increasing because the enemy knows his time is short. The attacks are intensifying because the chosen ones are rising. The world is being shaken because God is preparing His people for what is ahead. This is why you feel different. This is why your soul is restless. You were never meant to fit into this world, because you were called to rise above it. You were chosen for a divine purpose, and that purpose is about to be activated in ways you never imagined. But there's a warning. Many will miss this shift. Many will ignore the signs until it is too late. Do not be one of them. Pay attention, stay in prayer, seek wisdom and discernment, because God is speaking louder than ever, but only those who are truly awake will hear Him. The Great Deception. Why most will miss this call. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Matthew 20:24. Right now, the greatest spiritual war is not being fought with weapons. It is being fought in the mind, in the heart, and in the spirit. And the enemy's most dangerous weapon is deception. The reason most people will miss this divine call is simple: they are trapped in illusions. They are living in a world that has been carefully designed to keep them blind, distracted, and spiritually numb. The systems of this world, media, entertainment, government, education, and even some religious institutions have been infiltrated with lies that keep people asleep. They are told what to think, what to believe, and what to desire. They are programmed to chase after material wealth, fame, social validation, and temporary pleasures, all things that pull them further from their true purpose. The enemy is a master manipulator. He does not come with horns and a pitchfork. He comes disguised as everything you think you want. He whispers lies that sound like truth. He convinces people that darkness is light and that light is darkness. The deception is so strong that even some of God's chosen ones are at risk of being led astray. Look around. People are distracted. They are glued to their screens, endlessly consuming content that poisons their spirit. They follow influencers, celebrities, and so-called thought leaders who promote self-worship instead of God. They chase after careers, relationships, and lifestyles that promise happiness but leave them empty. They are lost, but they don't even realize it. And here's the most dangerous part: many believe they are awake, but they are still asleep. Some think because they go to church, because they say they believe in God, that they are safe. But faith without true discernment is dangerous. Many are following false teachers, false doctrines, and watered-down messages that make them comfortable instead of calling them higher. They hear what makes them feel good, not what they need to hear. The enemy doesn't need to turn people into atheists to keep them from God. He just needs to keep them lukewarm, distracted, and deceived. This is why many will miss this call. They are too busy chasing illusions, too comfortable in their distractions, too blind to see the truth that is right in front of them. But you are different. You have felt the pull. You have sensed that something is wrong with the way the world operates. You have questioned things that others blindly accept. That is not random. That is God awakening you. But here's the warning: awakening is not enough. Knowing the truth and acting on it are two different things. Many will hear this message, but only a few will truly respond. The road is narrow, and most will choose comfort over calling. The question is, will you? The refining fire. Why you've been tested so much. Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. Isaiah 48:10. If you are truly chosen, then you know this journey has not been easy. You have been tested in ways most people can't even comprehend. You have faced betrayal, isolation, sudden losses, unexpected setbacks, and deep spiritual warfare. There have been moments when you wondered if you could even go on. But there is a reason for all of it. God does not call the weak. He calls the strong, and then He refines them even further. He does not place great power into untested hands. If you have been chosen, you must be prepared for the weight of your calling. And that preparation happens in the fire. Think about the people who have left your life. The opportunities that seemed perfect but fell apart. The moments of loneliness where you felt completely unseen. All of it was intentional. God has been removing everything that does not serve your divine purpose. He has been stripping away your attachments to people, places, and things that were holding you back, because you cannot carry dead weight into your destiny. You may have asked, why me? Why has my journey been so much harder than everyone else's? The answer is simple: because you are not like everyone else. The refining fire is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is a transformation. It is what separates the chosen from the rest. Gold is purified through intense heat. Diamonds are formed under extreme pressure. Warriors are forged through battle. God is not trying to break you. He is making you unbreakable. Many people do not survive this process. They become bitter. They give up. They turn away from their calling because the fire is too much for them. But those who endure, the ones who trust God even when they don't understand, those are the ones who will rise in power. So, if you are still standing after everything you have been through, understand this: you are ready. God has tested you because He is about to elevate you. The hardships were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to strip away anything that was not aligned with your destiny. The world does not need more weak, untested voices. It needs warriors. It needs leaders. It needs those who have been through the fire and come out refined, stronger, and more aligned with their divine mission. The question now is, are you ready to step fully into who you were meant to be? The urgent instruction: what you must do now, but be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. James 1:22. This is not the time to hesitate. This is not the time to sit back and wait for more signs. You already know the truth. You already feel the urgency. Now, it's time to act. The enemy wants to keep you in a cycle of doubt, procrastination, and fear. He wants you to keep questioning yourself, keep waiting for the perfect moment, keep second-guessing whether you are truly chosen. But you already know you are. If you weren't, you wouldn't have made it this far. You wouldn't still be here, drawn to this message, feeling the fire inside you. So what must you do now? 1. Separate yourself from the distractions. The world is louder than ever. False voices are everywhere, trying to steal your focus. Turn off the noise. Step away from anything that weakens your spirit, whether it's toxic relationships, meaningless entertainment, unhealthy habits, or even religious traditions that lack true power. This is the season of clarity, and you cannot hear God's voice if your mind is cluttered with distractions. 2. Strengthen your connection with God. This is not the time for passive faith. This is the time for deep, intentional seeking. Fast, pray, meditate on His Word. Spend time in silence and listen. You cannot afford to rely on second-hand faith anymore. The level of power and wisdom you need can only come from a direct, unshakable relationship with God. If you do not prioritize this now, you will not be ready for what is coming. 3. Step boldly into your purpose. You have been prepared for something greater. But purpose does not activate by accident, it requires action. Whatever God has placed in your spirit, start moving toward it. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for everything to be perfect. Do not let fear keep you paralyzed. Obedience unlocks the next level. When you take the first step, God will reveal the next. 4. Guard your energy and protect your spirit. Not everyone will understand your calling. Not everyone can go where God is taking you. Some people around you will try to pull you back into old patterns. Some will mock you, discourage you, or even turn against you. That is confirmation that you are stepping into something powerful. Do not let their opinions distract you. You do not need their validation. You only need God's approval. 5. Be ready for acceleration. When God moves, He moves quickly. Doors that were once closed will suddenly open. Delays that held you back will be removed. But here's the key: you must be in position. If you are not prepared, you will not be able to handle what is coming. This is why you have been tested, why you have been refined, why you have been feeling the urgency. Everything is leading up to this moment. Final warning: do not miss this window. Many will hear this message, but only a few will act on it. Many will feel the urgency, but only a few will make the necessary changes. Many will sense the shift, but only a few will step boldly into their calling. The time is now. Move, act, align yourself with God's will, because what is coming next will separate those who were truly ready from those who hesitated. Many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew 20-14. This is it. The final call to action. You have heard the message. You have felt the urgency. And now the choice is yours. Will you step into your divine assignment, or will you let fear, doubt, and distractions keep you from what you were born to do? Understand this: there is no more time to wait. The world is shifting. The spiritual battle is intensifying, and God is calling His chosen ones to rise. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, the door is open, but it will not remain open forever. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. You have been tested, refined, and prepared for this moment. Everything you have been through has led to now. The question is not whether you are ready. The question is whether you will obey. Do not be one of the many who ignore the call. Be one of the few who answer it. What you must do now: declare your alignment with God. Speak it out loud. Claim your inheritance. Affirm that you are stepping fully into your divine purpose. Take immediate action. Cut off distractions. Remove toxic influences and start walking in obedience. Even if it's one small step today, strengthen your connection with God. Fast, pray, meditate, and seek divine wisdom like never before. There's no power without presence. Encourage and awaken others. If this message has stirred something in you, share it. Do not keep the truth to yourself. Your voice is part of your calling. This is your time. This is your moment. You were not chosen by accident. God does not make mistakes. If you are ready to step into your destiny, comment "I am chosen" below. Let it be a declaration. Let it be a commitment. The final warning has been given. Now, it's time to act.